A challenge we all have is making good decisions when we're under stress. I know that your IQ drops significantly when you're under stress. Here's what happens. You're likely worried about making decisions. You have lots of people willing and ready to tell you what to do. I'm also going to guess the last thing you want when you're stressed is to have lots of unwanted advice. This advice might come from a significant other, coworkers, or even your employees. The problem is that when you're under stress, everything seems like it's important and urgent. The truth is, this is just what you think and is not even close to the truth. Too many times when you're putting everything in an important and urgent bucket, you're working from behind the eight ball, you're being reactive, it's costing you a lot more than you should, and you're rushing. And when you do those things, that's when you start making mistakes. When you're trying to do everything at once, you're going to feel overwhelmed and out of control. In fact, the number one cause of being overwhelmed, a word I truly hate, is when you allow everything to become urgent and important in your business and your life. It's really frustrating when unwelcome stress invades your life. We know that trying to do everything at once is a recipe for failure, and it's something I see private business owners do way too often. And I'm going to bet you're one of those private business owners that knows this, but sometimes you have a hard time staying away for it. My training as a certified financial transitionist has helped me understand there needs to be a system that you can use to keep overwhelm from happening in your life. My friend Susan Bradley has a great term for where you want to be. She calls it the decision-free zone. Doesn't that sound just great? If you're under significant stress and you call a timeout, there's a chance for you to breathe and get your bearings. Here's how we use the decision-free zone to help you stay focused on where you need to put the limited amount of attention you have when you're under a huge amount of stress. Number one, we list all the things you think you need to pay attention to. That's where we always start. We just put a list, and it may end up having 20, 25, or even 50 items on it. I've seen even up to 100, but that's a little bit ridiculous. But typically it's around 20 to 50 items. Number two, we remove everything you don't have to do today. We put your list into 3 buckets, and the 3 buckets are really pretty simple. What do we need to do right now? What can be done later? And what's the backlog? Things that might never need to get done, but we think that's urgent and important because somebody is telling us it has to happen. Then finally, we need to get our to-do list down to 2 or maybe 3 big things, no more. If you try to do more, I can guarantee nothing is ever going to get finished. You're going to work a little bit on one thing and a little bit on another thing and a little bit on another thing, but at the end of the day, nothing really gets accomplished. I can promise you that if you're under a lot of stress, you're just thinking everything needs to be done, and you get irritable, and it's not any fun for you or anybody else around you. My training can help you figure out what will give you the best result with the least amount of effort and pain. So I would love to have a conversation with you about the decision-free zone. So feel free contacting me at jpatrick@stage2planning.com to set up a time to talk. In the meantime, if you're not ready to talk, download our free ebook on the decision-free zone so you can learn how to handle stress when it comes your way. And while you're at it, scroll down and let me know what you think about building a decision-free zone when stress gets in your way and you feel like everything has to be done in about 5 minutes. Hey, this is Josh Patrick. You're at The Sustainable Business. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I hope to see you back here really soon.